Hello guys and gals, and welcome back to Moto Joshing. So it's a Sunday afternoon. I'm completely out of footage, so MotoVlogs must be done. So hopefully I'll get a couple done today. It's about 9 or 10 degrees. It's a bit windy, but it is pretty. The roads are a bit greasy and damp, but the weather isn't terrible, so we'll give it a shot. I'm just going to head up Caerphilly Mountain, and so today I wanted to actually talk about insurance. So my just as I was moving, my yearly see, you could be nice to cyclists. Yeah, just as I was moving, my first year of my motorcycle surpassed, which does mean that the insurance was up for renewal. So last year I was with Bennett's. It was pretty reasonable. I think all in all it was probably about 350 quid for the year, which I was quite happy with, considering, you know, first year big bike, and I was probably that was actually cheaper than my 125 insurance, surprisingly. So we just had to roll with it. It's a bit of loose gravel here, so I'm going to take it easy. And I was quite happy with the quote, to be honest, I had last year. Don't get me wrong, I had to add a couple of bits and bobs. I did mods and added the exhaust and all the rest of it, so certainly got screwed a couple of times for a couple of things adding to the policy, but that comes with the territory. This is Caerphilly Mountain, so this is actually pretty popular with cyclists because it's a UCI rated hill, and they did it a couple of times on the Tour of Britain, and it is quite steep. I'm not sure how much the GoPro will let you see. So anyway, yeah, so I called the insurance company up to get my renewal, and they quoted me, it was around about 800 quid. So they doubled my entire quote. Same stuff, nothing changed, all the rest of it, and that was before I actually told them about my change of address. So I you know, give them the new address back in South Wales, and lo and behold, the quote was the same. So it was 800 quid, the address made no difference. They doubled my quote even though I'd now gained a year's no claims discount. So have no idea why. Spoke on, you know, obviously on the phone to the person. I'll just let you see this view, by the way. This is one thing, South Wales and mountainous things, that you get the pleasure of seeing it all the way down. So this is an overlook of Caerphilly. It certainly is something to behold. So you can see all the valleys kind of splitting off. And some of the little industrial centres and newer estates that have been made. Fuck me, diesel all over the road here, so watch out. And lots of wind farms up on the hill over there. Yeah, a bit of an overview of Caerphilly. I'm going to stay with this diesel. So I obviously asked the obvious question. I'm like, why the hell would my quote go up that much? Considering I haven't, you know, nothing's changed, and I've got a year's extra experience and year's no claims. They didn't have any kind of reason or rhyme why. So of course, you know, for me that wasn't acceptable. So I told them to cancel it, and you know, got my own quotes, and found a quote with BikeSure that was basically like for like coverage as to what I had before, but you know, it was back to that kind of, you know, 350 kind of mark again. So shock horror, I decided to go with BikeSure. So, you know, got all that sorted, put it on the new address, had all that kind of done and dusted. And then a couple of days before my insurance quote was out, Bennett sent me the automated letter that they do send with your automatic renewal quote, and the quote on that was much like the one from the year before. So I called them up again and I said, well, if you'd quoted me this while you were on the phone, I wouldn't have cancelled. You know, I'd have had to give them the new address obviously, but I wouldn't have cancelled. And they were like, oh, I'm not sure why that happened or whatever. I was like, well, you know, more your loss now. And that was that. So I don't understand insurance. I don't know how you can quote one thing 1 second and quote a different thing at the other minute. I don't understand why adding modifications that protect the bike have to be added. You know, putting crash bobbins on your bike, which protects the bike, and you know, so if the bike falls over, it does less damage. I would have thought would be something insurance companies would give you a discount for, not charge you to add it to your policy. If I was an insurance company, I would be like, you know, this guy's trying to look after his shit. So why would I charge him extra for that? That's it's a responsible person. It's a responsible thing to do, to put crash bobbins on. And Scott Euler, you know, having something that automatically maintains your chain to ensure, you know, the kind of structure, to make sure it's maintained, and that costs extra to put on it. And then, don't get me wrong, the superficial mods, the double bubble, you know, the exhaust, which is also a performance mod, I kind of understand why they cost more. But the stuff that's there to protect things, you know, radiator guard, like, how is that a thing? I don't know, what's your opinion on insurance? Have you had good experiences with insurance? Are you the same as me, that, you know, you can keep on getting wild quotes and have to hopscotch every year? There just doesn't seem to be anything for loyalty. You would have thought they would be keen to retain business and retain customers and give a competitive price. And you know, I know all about obviously them giving you an auto renewal that's higher, in the thought that you'll just forget about it and you'll take their policy. But it doesn't make sense to me if your auto renewal is less than what you got quoted by them on the phone. That doesn't make sense to me at all. But if you've got any crazy insurance stories, I certainly would like to hear them. Insurance is definitely a funny old thing. And I hate this roundabout. It's pretty sketchy. But I'd certainly like to hear your stories about it. And I've certainly seen, you know, videos about brokers and things that say they can get you better quotes and things, but in practice it doesn't necessarily seem to be the case. And you know, the money talks on quotes, unfortunately. Don't get me wrong, you want a company that's going to have decent customer service, and that's why you don't necessarily go for the cheapest quote if it's with a company that you've heard bad things. But how do you guys approach insurance? Did I do anything wrong? Should I try something else? Should I have just phoned them back up and said no and got them to re-quote at a lower price? Do you just haggle with them more? I'm intrigued as to what I might be missing out on, I guess, or what I should be doing. Maybe it's just my naivety that, you know, you go online, you do your quote, you call them, you add your mods and all that kind of stuff, and then it's done. Anyway, let me know, guys, and catch you on the next one. Ta-ta, bye.